It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up next is the Commanders' speedy running back. Your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Commanders and the Ravens on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Jackson, first play, going to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. In motion left, Flowers. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now it's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Flowers going to go in motion right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Brings up 2nd and 9. To throw again is Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. Curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Jackson to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Here's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 39.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10.
At the 39-yard line. Now the first carry here for the running back. Well, somehow he was able to sidestep that first tackler, but still hit and taken down behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's got it complete to Thompson.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They go play action now. Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. He's got Thompson here, complete. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down. One of the tight ends comes in motion.
Gray. Diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line, because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot.
And they will be let out by their second-year quarterback.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns. I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground
to about the 33-yard line.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
2nd and 6. He finds his man complete. That's Newman.
When you look at this defense,
they enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
The Ravens offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This defense for the Commanders, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and a yard.
Jackson. He finds his man complete. It's Thompson. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Thompson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And Jackson throwing once more.
That's caught. It's Flowers.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big pickup of 38.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Flowers going to go in motion right.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep.
And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere.
Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career. And why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry,
who was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
He finds his man complete. That's Stokes. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Up the middle they go. It's Morrison. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still...
And got his man complete.
Down the sideline he goes. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders.
A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end.
7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now here's a handoff out of the gun.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing is Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3. Jackson. He finds his man complete. It's Thompson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's run well here in the first half of the season, no doubt. You can see the graphic. NFL leader in rushing coming into the weekend. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points. Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again. 7 yards there and a first down. That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Watkins diving. He's got it. A good pickup there at 22. It must be something about the night air, because he is putting on an absolute show under the light. Yeah, we've established anything in his vicinity, he's grabbing it. On first down, Morrison to the 43, second down.
Offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold. And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Operating from the gun, Beach. He finds his man, complete. It's Mills. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Beach. He finds his man, complete. It's Newman. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The end result, 21 yards. It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense. Touchdown, Washington. From 3 yards out. And the Commanders go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass. I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7. Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. To throw is Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson.
Eluding the pressure right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now, their last two drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Morrison, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morrison. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Up the middle they go. Morrison. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down. Beach. The throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. And now here come the Ravens. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The slot man in motion right. Jackson now. Throw caught by Flowers. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here's Jackson from the gun on third down. And he is caught. And he will have a Ravens first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He sets to fire deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where you see the final score there. Anthony Richardson, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Brock Purdy leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. 34-22, that was your final. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Newman. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Washington. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Now it's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thompson. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 48-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Play action. Now Jackson.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Second down and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Commanders' 33-yard line.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Here's Jackson to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete. The Commanders' defense holds, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
2nd and 5.
He finds his man complete. It's Newman.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Morrison, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morrison. Shreds him with a stiff arm.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Operating from the gun, Beach. He finds his man, complete. That's Morrison. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. This is 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Beach.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Murphy. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now a give right side.
Morrison, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Back to throw. Beach.
He finds his man, complete. That's Mills.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down,
it's Morrison.
And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
65 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Beach.
He's into space past the 25.
And he takes it all the way down to the 22.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Beach. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Beach.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Beach. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Commanders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Play action. It's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington ready to try again on offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
This 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Beach. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop it. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
Able to push his way through. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morrison, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Beach. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Murphy. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll run on 1st down. Morrison. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup of 38.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
In motion left goes a tight end. From the 31, Jackson.
He's got it complete to Thompson. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18.
With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Back to throw. Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 10 yards out.
And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here is Washington now to take over.
Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
90 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Morrison.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
17 yards that time and a Washington first.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throw left side complete. That's Stokes. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Up the middle they go. It's Morrison. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. He's got a rushing touchdown of the game already as you check to see where he is ranked in rushing TDs coming into the weekend.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Now Jackson.
They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Washington,
their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.